Tell me when to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Traveling with Francoise. I am Francoise Rhodes, your host. Of course, in the first hour of the show, that is live What's Happening Coachella Valley. We had a lot of fun stuff. We drew two winners for the Tournament of Roses grandstand seats plus parking, and those winners were Karen Koch and Jade Kiner. So congratulations to them. $250 package each. And then in this hour of the show, we're going to draw two more. We also had our guest on, which was spiritual reader Lalo Tachikin, and he talked to Craig and I and let us know some things that are happening in the future. And I just want to make sure, Craig, you're going to be sharing this for me? Yeah, he's over there. Thank you so much. Of course, Craig never leaves. He's in the house. But next week, though, I want to give you a big heads up, too. Next week, we're going to have 2 hours of Christmas giveaways. We're going to be giving a lot of stuff away for Christmas, so we're going to do call-ins and all sorts of stuff. So I'm giving you a heads up now on that. Sitting to my left here, which we're going to be talking shortly, is Steve Kanold. Many of you know him for the past several years. He's been with Traveling with Francoise. Hi, Steve.
Hello, Francoise.
It's great to have you
Merry
with
Christmas.
us. Again, I know, Merry Christmas. And, of course, founder of ACT Tours. And you can go to their website, which you might want to mark this down now because we're going to be talking about a lot of trips coming up in 2020, a couple that I think you still have going on for maybe 2019, I don't know, but we're getting so close to the end of that. Mm-hmm. But you have 2020 is packed with trips, and we're going to talk about, including prices, and you all know how weird I get about that, but these prices are so incredible, and I've had people say to me that the places that you have booked, they're emailing me saying, I've stayed there, it's phenomenal.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah, no. So I said
accommodations are very important.
Very important. So we're going to talk about trips, pricing, and give you all the information how you can sign up, think about it, look at it, and whatnot. So, but before we do that, I want to first of all thank all the sponsors that are part of Traveling with Francoise, and I want to welcome a new sponsor, which is Bruce Titus, Volkswagen of Palm Springs. In fact, I'm going to be there tomorrow, and I'm going to do a couple videos while I'm over there. But they have jumped on board because they know I drive a Volkswagen Atlas, and they said, wait a minute, why aren't we part of the show? And I said, I don't know. But they are now. So welcome to Bruce Titus, Volkswagen of Palm Springs. We have a segment with them called Gals on the Go. It's a new segment. So gals, this is for you. I drive around a lot by myself. I travel solo a lot when I'm doing some of the shows and whatnot. And I have no problem with it, and I'm really a fanatic about my vehicle because I do not want to get stuck somewhere needlessly because I didn't pay attention to what's going on with my vehicle. So we decided to come up with a Gals on the Go auto safety tips presented by Volkswagen of Palm Springs. And this week, your safety tip is about to check your engine air filter. The engine air filter is like the vehicle's lung. Refer to your owner's manuals to see when it should be swapped out to ensure your car is breathing clearly. And I think that's such a good point for the desert because when we have all these sandy, windy days, we tend to forget that clogs up the filter, not only in our homes for air conditioners and whatnot, but in our cars. So gals out there, get out your manual, see when your filter should be swapped out. Find out when was the last time it was, probably never has been, and get that done. So that is your Gals on the Go tip, brought to you by Volkswagen of Palm Springs. So don't you think those are good for people to know? We forget about those things.
I had forgotten about the air filters, that's for sure.
Oh, well, there you go. Then you're going to have to get yours checked. All right. Again, with us, folks, is Steve Kanold, the founder of ACT Tours. And Steve, you went into traveling right out of college. I love that story.
Well, I taught 4 levels of German, and it occurred to me, why learn the language if you can't use it? So our first customized tours was to the Germanic-speaking countries, Austria, obviously Germany, Switzerland, and it was very successful. I put the kids into private homes, so they had to speak the language, mm-hmm. and then the adults, the chaperones, we arranged to have cabins in the Black Forest. So more and more adults went because as the kids would be speaking German, we would be partying.
Why German? I mean, are you part German? Is that part of your ancestry?
Well, with a name like Kanold,
well,
you think that's
we
Mexican?
don't say it like that. That's strong. We say it Kanold. We say it very softly. Yes.
These days the accent is on the old, but yeah, it's Kanold.
Yeah. And you have seen, how many countries have you been to?
Oh, about 140.
It's crazy.
That includes emirates and principalities and everything in between.
That's for some people very hard to fathom because they might have only been to one. But for others in the travel world that love to travel, it just sort of all comes together. And this, I don't know if I've ever asked you this on air, and we're going to talk about the trips, but this kind of just popped into my head too. When you started out doing the tours, did you start out to do it for financial reasons, or was it more that you wanted to travel and be part of it?
Neither. To be quite honest, it was sort of altruistic. I wanted my kids to speak German. I mean, they took the class. And usually they would take the second year and third year, and many of them took the fourth year. So this was out in Bloomington, which was kind of a rural area of San Bernardino County, and it was a pleasure to take these kids and show them. I'll never forget going when we were in Vienna, taking the kids to a disco. Now, they couldn't do that in our country because you have to be 21. But they were there, and they were dancing to Michael Jackson, and all of a sudden a Strauss waltz came on, and the other kids that were natives immediately started doing this native 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, the Blue Danube waltz. And my kids just stood back, and just to see that and to see the learning experience, this truly, from my heart, it wasn't financial. Mm-hmm. In fact, we had candy drives and everything else because it was a poor district in order to get these kids to go. But travel opens your mind to what it means to be an American. Mm-hmm. When you go to these countries, I don't care how modern they are, you come back and you kiss the soil that we live on here. We have it so good here. So in addition to seeing how other cultures work and the people and the foods and all of that stuff, you get an idea of what it's like to be an American.
I like that. But that's so true because even at the last meeting we were talking about that some Americans, there's that travel really just, I don't even know why they do. I think they do just to say they were there, but when they go there, they want everything to be like it is at home. Mm-hmm. So I always have this problem for me. It's then why are you even going? But everybody has their own different reasons for traveling, and I'm sure you hear all sorts of stories when people get back about things that they liked about the destination or didn't like about the destination, and the food always amazes me too. That people, when you go to a different country, you should try what they have, not look for a McDonald's or something.
McDonald's,
I mean, I don't get that.
And most people do, in all honesty. But I think the thing that kind of throws them a curve are those breakfasts. If all of you or any of you have traveled to Europe, you know that you don't go in looking for griddle cakes and that sort of thing. Eggs Benedict. They'll typically serve sausages and crackers and cheese slices or things like that. Mm-hmm. But again, it makes you aware of what we have in our country.
Which is great. Now, your trips with ACT Tours, and the website, folks, is act-tours.com, and your office is located in Palm Springs, right there off of Sunrise.
Right. The corner of Ramon and Sunrise, mm-hmm. where the Aspen Mills Center is.
And you have in the office there, you have Tina, you have Linda, you also have Tobias and
Lalo.
And Lalo. Well, Lalo likes to do all the putting together of your graphics and stuff. He likes to put your flyers together. Yeah.
Actually, he is a program developer. Lalo will go to these countries before we offer them, and we'll choose the hotels. The Galapagos comes to mind. We have people going to the Galapagos, and there are a number of hotels, and we wanted the exact one. Mm-hmm. I remember when we went to Peru. We followed of course the Machu Picchu and Lima and all that, Cusco. We followed it up with going to an Amazon lodge, and it was 2 nights and 3 days of being in this lodge without electricity and blah, blah, this and that. And I afterwards I said, well, Lalo, there's no way we can offer this trip to our clients, because they would come back and say, you put us there. And he said, they will enjoy this maybe more than Machu Picchu. Mm-hmm. And we had a little, not an argument, but a difference of opinion. But we finally said, okay, let's do it. And we've got 45 people going to Peru over Easter break. And most of them have signed up for that excursion. You know, it's 2 nights there, but you see, you go fishing for piranha, and it is true. I mean, you're out of your element.
And that's what seems to be trending in travel also, is to get out of that element just a little bit. They call it, experience adventures. However, they're using different words now to describe trips instead of just the words before, relaxing and laying in the sun and on the beach and all that sort of stuff. That's still, a lot of it is out there. That's always going to be there. But now people are looking for a little bit more. I know you have a trip that's going to Iceland for New Year's.
I was just going to say.
I am so envious. One of these days I will be there. I mean, Iceland has just gained so much in popularity in the last several years.
People have been calling and saying, "Will it be cold?"
Yeah.
That we kind of threw that out. Lalo, you've been to Iceland, and you said, "Well, offer it," because people have been asking, when are you doing Iceland? We've done it a number of times, but during the summer. So not as a joke, but half-heartedly, we put together a program for $19.95, which includes air and a week in Iceland in Reykjavik at the Central Hotel and a couple of tours, the island tour, and to go to see the Northern Lights. For $19.95, we have 55 people going. Now, who would have thought that over New Year's they'd want to spend it in Iceland?
A lot of them. I've talked to several of them. They're so excited about this. The Northern Lights, of course, is an experience once in a lifetime. Not only are they going to Iceland, but I know of several that as soon as within a couple weeks after they get back, they're setting off on these long tours to other places. So you have these people are really, you have so many experienced travelers with ACT, but I'm also seeing a whole new group coming in, the newbies coming in that are just kind of getting their feet wet with some of your shorter trips, your day tours, just testing the waters to see how they like traveling so they can get into it. And what I hear from many of them is when they go on these trips, they always talk to some of the customers that have been with you for so many years, and they say, Francoise, I'm just amazed at the places that these people have been to. So it really encourages them. It makes them excited. So let's talk about trips. Now, I have a whole bunch in front of me, and I know you have three new super savers that just came out. You put these all together. So would you like to talk about those? And definitely we want to talk about price, because I want people to know what an amazing deal too you are getting. And you check around. Trust me, go ahead and check around the market. You will see that these are just amazing prices.
Well, we try to avoid the word cheap, because what people look for, and whether it's millionaires, middle class, or people on a budget, is value. Mm-hmm. And to that end, ACT Tours does not stay in 3-star properties, except for the Amazon. Yeah. But we stay in 4- and 5-star hotels, and that's very important at a certain age that you can do that. So on door number 1, which is coming up first, will be Super Saver to Waikiki. This is just a Hawaiian escape. We're staying at the Hotel Aston Waikiki Beach Hotel. It's 4.5 stars. It's right on Waikiki Beach. Our program includes round-trip airfare on United from Palm Springs. You don't have to go to Los Angeles, and that is worth its weight.
Yeah.
Includes transfers, and you get all kinds of amenities at this hotel. I mean, free Wi-Fi, free long distance, including international calls. You have free treats at the enormous swimming pool. They give those out. So there's and of course, it's a superior first class property. So you have restaurants and you have bars and lounges inside. It's 5 days, and the price out of Palm Springs, including the air taxes, is $12.95.
And know some people that live in Hawaii, and I just, on a, little, me, I sent them an email. I said,
Were you checking on us?
I was checking on you. And I said, tell me about this property, or what do you think about it? I got back emails from both of them. Fabulous. Like the 2 or 3 words was all. They both said amazing property. Yeah.
What I like about the location, it is on Waikiki Beach. It's at the end of Waikiki Beach, and it's next to that beautiful park and the Honolulu Zoo. And what makes that zoo interesting is that they have these Komodo dragons, because you're in the Pacific here. And, of course, they're from Indonesia. And the location is great, is all I can say. And you also can go, people walk to Diamond Head from there, and then they hike up to Diamond Head. So the location is great.
And when is that? That is
in March.
Okay, so you have plenty of time to sign up for that. March.
That's at the end of March, right. March 26th through the 31st. It's 5 full days, because you don't leave Hawaii until 9. You arrive at it's after 4 p.m., but you have the rest of the day to have those, what do they call them, blue Hawaiis? You're the drinker.
Mai Tai? I don't know. Mai Tais?
Yeah,
right. Gee, and I had to know that answer. There you go. Thanks, Steve. Put me on the spot. All right, and let's see. So what else do you have? Because you just came up with these. These are kind of super saver tours.
Well, we're always throwing these out, and I'm gonna pass on an idea to you later and see if you would be interested in escorting it. And if you say no, then I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, I am actually interested in doing it. Yes. I could use.
Another one that we're offering, folks, is in May. Now, we did this trip last May, and we're offering it at the same price. This is May 3rd through the 7th. It's 5 days in Puerto Vallarta at an all-inclusive resort. That is to say, there are 6 restaurants, there are 5 bars, there is nightly entertainment, the non-motorized water sports, if you want to go windsurfing, if you want to go out kayaking. This is a wonderful place. It's called the Hotel Rio Vallarta Beach Resort. And the pricing is from Palm Springs. It we take you from Palm Springs to an afternoon flight out of Los Angeles on Alaskan Airlines, nonstop. But that's included, transfers from the desert and inland regions. And then we transfer you to the hotel, and we'll be offering, now we have our own private concierge at the hotel that can take you, like Lalo last time went swimming with the dolphins, and that was fine. They have cocktail cruises. ACT will be customizing a tour into Puerto Vallarta to show you the old section and where Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton had their affair. And it's quite an interesting artistic town. Have you been to Puerto Vallarta?
Yes, I have. Yes, several times.
You're blushing.
I know, but I did it a little bit different. I did go and stay in the resort. I've been there actually on cruises and stopped there. And then when we had our sailboat, we would go down to Puerto Vallarta.
Well, that's right. You had that boat.
So it was but I love Mexico. Frankly, I love the people, and I just love the colors and the vibrancy, and I just
nobody wanted to even leave the resort last time. They enjoyed it so much. It's a 5-star resort, the Hotel Rio Vallarta. Look it up, beach resort, and that is door number 2.
And what's the price on that one?
$9.95, including airfare and taxes. There's no hidden charges.
And when is that trip
includes
again?
all the tips when you're at the resort. That is May 3rd through 7th. It's 5 days. And what's nice is that the spring break is over, and the kids are gone. And this is before school is out. So if you would like a nice resort where you can think, then this would be the time to go.
You want to think while you're on vacation? I thought, all right. And there's one more on there, and then we're going to draw another winner for because that is going to be, it is an election year, which is, I've heard some different rumors about travel during an election year. They say that sometimes people are a little bit more indecisive during an election year. Do you notice that at all, or it just doesn't even phase anything? Yeah.
The Clinton campaign, remember what their slogan was?
No.
It's the economy, stupid.
Oh.
And we have a roaring economy.
Right.
And most people, and our business is certainly doing well because of that. All businesses, as far as I know, are doing well because of the economy. So, in answer to your question, which was something that I forgot.
Yeah, obviously the answer is no, so just move right along. Okay. Yeah, it was about the effects. Yeah.
No.
No, yeah, not
No.
for yeah, okay. And that's
It's an interesting question because maybe some people would like to get, far from the madding crowd and all of this.
And then they said the flip side, others didn't really want to leave because of all the excitement and everything going on. They didn't want to leave until after the election, so that made them think twice. So you're getting both sides of it.
Well, the free internet in Puerto Vallarta or in Hawaii, it's all free. The world has become so much smaller. Mm-hmm. And of course, you get the cable TV in all of your rooms, so you can't really escape it anyway. But my gosh, whether it's Hawaii or Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, these are beach resorts.
Right. Yeah. So and
even
you have
though
a
some
third
of my
one on
seniors don't like to get wet, but nevertheless they
they like to look at the water.
Yeah, just walk along the beach.
So do we have a third one on there that you want to talk about?
Third door is called Cruise of the Tsars from St. Petersburg to Moscow.
I have done that.
You have done this?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you haven't done?
Oh, no, I've never, nothing close to what you and Lalo have done, nothing.
I think it's time for you to go to the Amazon Lodge.
That's what I want to do. I want that and safari. But anyway, let's get back to this one. And when is that? That is
Cruise of the Tsar is in the very end of August. Now, you don't want to go to Russia in November or February. You would look like Dr. Zhivago, the scene where he comes in with the mustache all frozen to his lip. This is at the end of August. This is an 11-day program, and it's a river cruise. So you get all of your meals, all of your excursions are included. You start with 3 days in St. Petersburg, which is a cultural capital. This is where the Hermitage Museum is, Pushkin, which is Catherine's summer palace. There's so much there. And then you board the boat, you go down the Russian waterways, which include the Volga River, and you stop at all these Zhivago, I call them, villages, these beautiful, with the onion dome churches and such, and we've got so much lined up there for activities. And you wind up in Moscow, which is the political capital, and there you see Red Square and St. Basil's. And this whole trip with everything. Out the door price is $24.95, and that includes a Riverview room. Mm. Now, there's one company that you see on TV advertising all the time. I won't give the name, just British accent. For the same program, they're charging $59.99.
Oh, I see it all the time, and that's why people they sit back and they think, how can this be? And I'll tell you how can it be, because Steve doesn't like to brag about himself much, but no, he's been in it so long that you've spent your life in the travel industry, and you have built so many connections, and that's really what a lot of it is about. Who you know, who you work with, your own solid reputation. You have a stellar reputation, and that's how you can make all this happen. I mean, it's the way of the world. So it's not certainly by any fluke, folks. It's a lifetime of travel. This is a 4-star
boat.
Mm-hmm.
River cruises, they're boats. On ocean vessels, they're ships. Mm-hmm. But you get all of your meals. You get wine and beer at dinner, or vodka shooters.
Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe.
I might need one after this. Do we have one around nearby? No, okay.
Anyway, all of this is included. You get on ship, on boat entertainment. Last time we were there, members of the Kirov Ballet came out, and I mean, it's just an incredible experience. Russia. Don't confuse it with the Soviet Union. I mean, I don't think you're going to see the babushkas on the streets like when you went there, Lalo, selling loaves of bread and things. It's just they're modern and yes, it's a different system. But again, you're going to realize what we have in America when you come back from Russia.
Right.
$24.95.
$24.95. All right. Now, it is time for you to reach in here. This is we have 2 more. We do have a drum roll. Did we say we have a drum roll? So reach in here and grab a name.
And if I refuse?
Well, then I'll do it. Yeah.
Right.
And this is for 2 seats and parking to the Tournament of Roses Parade. Grandstand seats and parking, $250 value.
Kathleen Wallen.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Kathleen. All right. Yay. And then we have one more to give away. And like we said, next Sunday, we will have a Christmas, 2-hour Christmas extravaganza of all sorts of, I have to write on there.
Would you like a gift card from ACT Tours?
I would love a gift card from ACT Tours.
God, if there's only something we could give away, Lalo. Any idea?
Well, you let me know. I know
world
we
is your
actually
oyster.
have 2 readings from Lalo to give away. So now I don't want people to think too that all your trips are just out of the country, or you also have a lot of day trips. That
We do, folks. We have, and if you contact our office, we'll send them to you.
Yes.
We have, this is printed front and back. Or you go to our website, act-tours.com, and you can have a listing there as well.
Because that's a lot of people that have retired or they want to start traveling. They've never traveled with groups. I had this question. This really nice lady called. She actually saw the television show on Mount Rushmore. Remember we did the show about a tour, ACT Tours to Mount Rushmore, and her name was Jamie, and she said, Francoise, I'm just now at a point in my life where I want to start traveling. I don't want to travel alone. Tell me about these tours. And I told her about how it works. But some people, and of course they said, call the office, go to the website. But she's all excited because it's so comfortable. What I see, you get a lot of solo travelers with these groups. And before you know it, after the first day, they've already made friends. It becomes one big family. Everyone's comfortable. It's quite an interesting dynamic. So I tell people, don't even worry about going solo, because by the end of this trip, you will have made lifelong friends. And it works that way.
It often does.
Yep.
Right. And we do roommate matching. We don't just match you, but we put you in touch with other singles who are looking for roommates, and you go out and have a cup of coffee to see if you're compatible.
Yep.
We also, you probably were going to talk about this later too.
What?
But the Travel Club of the Desert is a wonderful venue to meet solo travelers. It's the first Wednesday of every month, although in January, because the first Wednesday is New Year's.
Yeah.
It'll be the second Wednesday, the 8th.
January
correct.
8th, yes.
But and there's no membership fee. You come and we give away prizes. The
Best Western.
Best Western
In
plus
Palm
Desert Resort, 74695 Highway 111. It's right across from the Embassy Suites.
And it's
Wednesday, it's between 1 and 3 p.m. And we have guest speakers from around the world coming, and literally they'll fly in from Israel. As a matter of fact, Joel Rosenfeld is coming back in February, straight from Tel Aviv.
And it's on the Facebook page. ACT Tours has a Facebook page. I'll make sure everything's posted on there. It's on the website. And I always give you reminders on the show, too, here about the travel club meetings. And we also have it on the calendar for CoachellaValley.com. It is there as well, and some other places.
And you were quite impressive on our panel last month.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Oh, now, and we were talking about day tour. We kind of got off track there, but I want people to know that if you just want to start out with some day trips, you just keep getting more and more of these going on every year now. There's so many places to go and see. Name a few of the day trips that you have coming up.
And we don't just drop you off like another company did.
Oh, well, yeah.
We give you a presentation en route. We have a connection with the Pantages Theater, and we have 10 buses, Lalo, going to see Hamilton, for example.
Wow.
So we're going to give a presentation, who was Alexander Hamilton. We're going to have a little video of how they put this show together. So it's more than just dropping you off at the Getty Center and saying, be back by 4.
Yeah, no, it's so much more.
So this coming Thursday on the 19th, we have the Newport Beach Boat Parade, which is always spectacular. And we have a private boat that's taking us out, and we're going to see all the homes and the other yachts going by, all decorative. That's always a popular
And that's $95. And the great part about all this, you don't have to worry about driving. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about admission, because everything's all set and done for you. You guys do it all.
Yeah, and they have
so you
time.
just still have a good time.
They have time to eat and get dead drunk.
Yeah.
You mentioned that they don't have to worry about driving.
Yes. So what do we have here? We have
the Wheel of Fortune, the taping of that, as well as Jeopardy. The one above that has been very popular, Journey of Discovery at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
See,
you have
I
a
would
private
like
tour
that.
of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We have arranged this. to get in and see the mission control, all of this.
I love stuff like that. I see
That'd
that would
bore the hell
fascinate.
out of me.
Really, the
But
Titan Missile
everybody
Museum
likes
is
that,
like- yeah,
so-
no. See, I would find that. Have you been to the Titan Missile Museum in
The what?
Arizona? Titan Missile Museum.
Are you
Where
pronouncing that
you,
correctly?
They take you underground and you go to one of the old cold fascinating. See, things like this fascinate
You
me.
like science.
Okay, I guess.
But we have a
I
little
don't-
bit of everything
You
here. We
do.
have the Huntington Library. They're
Beautiful.
celebrating their centennial anniversary right now. Nixon Library, an elegant dinner at the White House restaurant. The
Nice.
White House is right next to that, and this is a Michelin 5-star restaurant.
That's on Thursday, January 9th, and that's $149. And the Huntington Library is on Thursday, January 2nd, and that's $99.
Say $149, and we
What,
never
did I
use
say?
the word dollars.
You don't?
No, it's $99 and it's $149. When
Oh,
you say
really? I haven't-
$149, it just
I
sounds like it's overpriced.
Really? I didn't know that. I just
to learn
learned
how to
something.
promote,
I'm
girl.
sorry. I don't do this stuff.
Sony
you know?
Picture Studios tour. Visit Del Coronado Hotel, Temecula Valley Winelands. Now that's your baby.
Temecula,
you love that.
you feel like you're in Italy when you go to their wine area. I mean, their winelands, Valley Winelands. You really do. You feel like you're in Italy. It's amazing, and that is $65.
That's underpriced
that
because
better?
you get
$65?
you get all of those wine tastings with it.
Okay.
Anyway, it continues. We do have trips to Rosarito Beach for the night and 2 nights also. So we have those programs. Definitely go and look at this. Now, here's one that I want to ask you if you would be interested in possibly pursuing.
Okay.
It occurred to me that 2020 is the 400th anniversary of our Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock, 1620. And I'm thinking of putting together a $9.95 special, which would include air to Boston, a 4-day program that would also include going to Plymouth Rock and Plymouth Plantation.
I'm there.
I thought so.
I love that stuff.
Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Like
anybody even.
Yeah. Great question.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe we can do a show. Maybe we could do another television episode. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think Cheers is there, isn't it? The bar?
Okay.
Isn't that in
Yeah,
Boston?
do you ever do Smithsonian?
We want to do a trip to Washington, D.C. We've done a number of D.C. trips.
I'd like that.
But they've they also have that new Bible museum, which I think would be fascinating because they have things. Every floor is a different century or something. But anyway, yes, and that would be another one, a super saver to Washington D.C.
There's so many places. Do you even know how many trips ACT Tours has scheduled on the books for 2020? At the top of your head, what would be a number?
Well, because we're always adding.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you talking about day trips or
just
international?
all over. Would you say 200? I mean, things for people to
Probably.
go do. 200?
Probably.
I mean, yeah, that's why we really need to go to the website, ACT Tours,
Here's another
ACT-Tours.
super saver.
Or call
this one
the-
goes to
the
Egypt.
office.
Now, a lot of people want to see the pyramids before they expire.
Yeah.
And
You
this
think
one,
that's soon, or
this
what?
one is a 5-day cruise down the Nile River. Lalo and I just took a group, loved it. You spend 3 nights in Cairo, in which you see the pyramids, the sound and light show. You can see and we include the Egyptian Museum, which is King Tut's treasures. And then we fly to Luxor and spend a night and see the Valley of the Kings and Queens. And then you get on this wonderful Nile boat. We use the Farah, as in faucet. And what we do is we go down and you see all these temples along the way, and you wind up in Aswan where the dam was built. And, of course, that's what gives you a chance to go and see Abu Simbel. And then you fly back. And we're going through Austria on the way back.
And that one is $24.95.
Including air, including taxes, and the standard 8x10 photo of myself, which really is a comfort to
10
people.
10 days for $24.95?
It's over the shoulder shot.
Oh my gosh, Steve. Well, there's so much. Again, folks, you could travel the world by making one phone call to ACT Tours, which is 760-322-1247. Notice that I have that memorized. Did you notice that?
I did.
760-322-1247.
Only reason we're here.
Because I have it memorized?
Yeah.
And then actually we want to draw one more name, and then we'll finish up with one more trip. And then we're all out of here.
And I want to go home.
I know. I know you do. So why don't let's pick one more. This is it, our final winner for 2 grandstand seats plus parking to the Tournament of Roses Parade $250 packet prize. I mean, that's for the whole thing.
Stuck here, so I'm going to separate
I put them in a little Santa's hat. I kind of scrunched them all in there. Why are you guys laughing at me? Why are everybody laughing at me? I don't know what to do. And I have my paper clip to close so I don't lose.
I think this is one that we've had just.
Well,
again.
Actually, some people bought a lot of tickets, so if they want a second time, then they want a second time.
Do you sell these?
Yes, it was a raffle.
If we did this at our travel club, we'd have your money.
I didn't want to, next time we'll. But
Karen Koch has won again.
And she donated quite a bit. So congratulations to Karen. Congratulations to Kathleen.
You just gave me an idea.
To Jade. So I was looking at the names. They are all winners. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. So I put that on there. All right, let's go for one more trip, and then we're out of here.
One more trip.
Pick one you want to talk about.
Oh, gosh. Our next speaker is Dave Herbert of Great Safaris. He has a 4 or 5 star office in Glendale. We customize our trips through Great Safaris. And because he's not listening, at half the price that Great Safaris charges. But we're offering 2 trips.
He's going to watch this. Yeah. Yeah.
2 trips in September that, again, feature the Great Migration. Now, one of them is strictly Kenya, which it will take you also to Mount Kilimanjaro and the different lakes, Samburu and Nashiva lakes. But then you spend the time in the Masai Mara, which is the eastern extension of the Serengeti. And that trip is great. Now, with the airfare, we're using Emirates Airline.
Which the pictures from your last tour that went on Emirates, they were showing, they actually took pictures of inside the jets because they were just all so blown away how wonderful.
It's rated number 1.
Yeah, that was
which also gives you 2 nights in Dubai, by the way. We have a tour included there, and you're staying at the 5-star Sheraton before we fly to Nairobi. And you have a couple nights there so you can see Karen Blixen's out of Africa, her house, and do some things before going by safari vehicles into the Masai Mara. That trip is $49.95, including your airfare, not just to Dubai, but also to Nairobi and then back. It's half the price of I can give you the other companies, but everybody has the website. They can go and they can do comparative. We stay at the same lodges as say Abercrombie and Fitch, or is it Kent? Abercrombie and Kent, right? Fitch is a clothing.
How about any documents that go along with these trips? Do you take care of that? Are there any documents needed, or how does that work?
No visas are needed for Dubai. And for $25, when you arrive in Nairobi, you buy them on the spot.
Okay.
Egypt is the same, $25. Once you pass the passport, they're there, and you hand them $25, and you have a tourist visa. So this is hassle-free.
Good, because people do worry. They tend to.
Now,
worry.
the other one that we'll be talking about in January is the Great Migration plus Victoria Falls, which is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. And Victoria Falls is in Zimbabwe. We stay there at a 4.5-star lodge. And we also go in that tour to Botswana to go down the Chobe River and to go to the Chobe Game Reserve. We have a night cruise on the Zambezi River at sunset where the animals come down. You feel like you're in Disneyland or something because the animals And then we also go to Zambia. So this is a nice extension. It's only $1,000 more than the Great Migration. Both groups will be there at the same time. In fact, Lalo and I will be escorting the group to the Great Migration and Victoria Falls.
Fantastic. Now, if this didn't give you so many ideas. No tents?
No.
Oh.
You don't have to stay in a tent to experience.
All right. Well, if
Africa.
we want to, can we stay in a tent? All right. This should give you so many ideas for 2020 on where you might want to go, what you might want to experience, whether it's a day trip, whether it's a 3-night, 4-day trip right here in the United States, international trips, on cruises, on land, you name it. Really simple. Go to the ACT Tours website, which is act-tours.com. That is on Traveling with Francoise all the time. You hear me talk about him every week. Steve is there once in a while, but if he isn't, you can talk to Tina or Linda or Tobias.
I'm 68. Give me a break.
Okay, all right. You are not. Are you? Oh, wait, no. This is sorry. So, Steve, thanks so much for joining us. It's always fun having you on the show.
It's been hysterical.
And his witty humor follows him wherever he goes. So now, until next time, everybody, remember, next Sunday, catch us, start us right at 11:11. We are going to have a Christmas extravaganza. We're going to have certificates from ACT Tours. We have readings. We have restaurant coupons. We have tickets to the American Express tournament on the concert nights. I don't know, Craig, you're going to be pounding the pavement out there getting some more prizes this week. We'll have tram passes. I don't know. We're going to be giving stuff away. New Year's Eve parties, a lot of stuff. I'm going to wear my reindeer thing on my head. So you have to dress up. Craig has to dress up. Yeah, I'm going to have the director thing on my head. So anyway, lots of things to think about. Everyone have a great week. We want to thank Lalo in the first hour as our guest, our spiritual reader. Thank you so much. Love you. Sean, thanks for working behind the board and pushing all those buttons over there with applause. And whoever knows if you were heckling us, I don't know what you were doing back there, but you were doing something. Craig, of course, always fun in the first hour of live What's Happening Coachella Valley, followed by Traveling with Francoise. Until next time, have a great week. Watch the show over and over and over on the website Traveling with Francoise and on the Facebook pages Coachella, the Coachella Valley, and Traveling with Francoise. I think I about covered it all. See you next time, and remember, it's never too late to get a life.